Sometimes I don't even know if I have a process. There are days where I feel like I need to just come up here and mess up a canvas just to kind of start the day and breathe a little bit, because my painting, the way I do it now is very monotonous in the word, but I don't know that you'd have fun watching me paint my paintings. Like I'll go see some artists and they're just, like it's kind of a, you can see it happen. You can see it progressing. You can see the painting developing in front of your eyes, and I would call that fun. But mine is pretty methodical. I do some pretty technical stuff because when it comes to the world of sporting art, whether it's hunting or fishing, the people that buy these paintings, they know what's right and wrong. So I have to have that narrative that little details need to be right and correct. And that takes some time and just planning it out. Most of these fishing scenes, I have fun with getting the light right and figuring out kind of what the angles are, but when it comes down to painting the figures in the boat, if you will, it's got to be pretty right on. So the process is go fishing is the first part of the process. Second process, take some mental notes. Third process is take some good reference photos. If I'm fishing and if I've got a fish there and I see something really cool happening, I got no problem putting that rod down, not catching that fish, and taking a picture of that moment that would be a cool painting in the future. And then getting back here and composing maybe 3 or 4 different photos and elements from different photos to make that painting. And there's nothing like bringing back that moment that might have happened a couple months ago, putting it on canvas, taking it to the gallery, and someone else finding appreciation in something I created that takes them back to maybe a moment they had 6 months ago, 10 years ago. So I think that I'm trying to paint a feeling more than anything, that I am trying to paint a guy laying a perfect cast to a fish. That is important. That stuff's important. But I want you to feel, because if you fish and you go fishing or even hunting, if you feel something when you see my painting, it's probably because you've been there before. You've been in that moment. And I like to paint the moments that lead up to right before that fish eats that hook or that fly or that lure. The heart starts pounding. If you see a big redfish at 2 o'clock, 100 feet, well, there's going to be about 10 seconds of buildup before you can even get to the point of casting to that fish. Guys got to turn the boat. Guys got to push the boat. And there's a lot of buildup, or if it's a tarpon, there's a lot of buildup. It's kind of a buck fever thing. When you get to the point where you actually start casting, man, your heart's going. Even if it's a little 15-inch redfish, it doesn't matter. Your heart's pumping. Your buddy's relying on you. He's pulled the boat to the perfect spot. And you start the cast and that fly's about to hit the water. That's what I'm painting. I'm not painting. I don't care if that fish eats the fly or not most of the time. And you're not going to really see that in my paintings either. But it's that build up and that lead up to that moment. And it gets my heart just thinking about it right now, honestly. I'm already kind of jacked up from it. But that's what I'm painting. So that's what I want you to feel when you see my paintings. It's that moment in the duck blind. You got your buddy starts calling. You see the ducks out there, they're coming towards your way. Are we going to screw this up? Are we going to get it right? Are they going to see the decoys? Are they going to lock in? It's those moments that I love about sporting art that I try to portray in the piece, that someone else will be like, oh yeah, I've been there.